Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Zena Suisa. I'm a psychologist, executive coach, trainer, president of Resonance Executive and Team Coaching. And today is another episode of How Does This Resonate with You? I'm talking a little quickly because I'm so excited and so honored to have with me Dr. Shawne Duperon. I'm going to pronounce it the American way. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Shawne, for being with me. I am delighted and pleased. I put a tease out there. People, watch for the next interview. And may I read a little bit about you? Is that okay?
Oh my gosh, I'm tickled to be here. You go, girl.
Oh, I'm going for it. Dr. Shawne is an American scholar, good gossip researcher, media expert, public speaker, TV producer. She has won, 6 Emmy Awards for her notable work, which has been featured in major media. She's best known for founding the Project Forgive Foundation, which we'll talk about later, a nonprofit leadership foundation. She is also a nominee for the Nobel Peace Prize, and she's known to Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Thank you, Dr. Shawne, for being here. I am totally honored. Totally honored.
Humbled and love your appreciation, and it is my joy to be here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what I thought we can go through is some of I have some questions with regards to gossip because people like to gossip. We know that, right?
Oh, we love to gossip.
We love to gossip. And I know that we always gossip, and you're going to help us understand, first of all, what led you to the research of gossip?
You know, usually when you think gossip, don't you think mean and nasty? Isn't that what naturally comes up?
Yes.
That is not what the research shows, not even close. That mean, nasty stuff is only about 5 to 7% of gossip. And gossip meets so many needs: bonding, intimacy, warnings and systems. And it's the best type of word of mouth that's available. Also, when you apply that to things like your social media, look out. I mean, we're reaching millions in social media based upon good gossip theory. So how I was led to it, I was working in a newsroom. I worked in news for a long time, and I was getting my master's degree. And I started talking to one of my professors, and she said, "Have you ever thought about gossip?" And I thought, that is an interesting phenomenon. There's probably about 100 of us in the world that are experts in it. And working in news, I was working at NBC at the time, and I said, you know, people don't understand the value of celebrity gossip per se. And so I said, I'm going to learn a little bit about this. That's when I started learning about the stats, started learning about how celebrities actually show us what's appropriate and inappropriate in culture. And I said, I'm sold. I'm going to so learn the genre, so learn this expertise. And it's paid off brilliantly. We have conversations around gossip. We actually made forgiveness a gossip conversation. So, love gossip.
Love gossip. I love gossip. I have to tell you. Okay, so what are the benefits, would you say? Because when I do these interviews, it's mainly been in the workplace, the organization, corporate. What would you say are the benefits? You've mentioned a few, but what are the benefits of good gossip as opposed to the gossip we would consider detrimental or dangerous to the workplace?
Yeah, you know, specifically when you look at the workplace, people are going to gossip, and it's actually a healthy phenomenon. If people aren't gossiping within the workplace, they're apathetic, dead energy, and you'll have loyalty issues and even productivity issues. So when people are gossiping, it's very, very healthy. Research even shows that up to 90% of what comes out of our mouths is gossip. Now, when we go into the genre of really bad negative gossip, which researchers like myself call rumor, if that's happening in the workplace, that's more about leadership not addressing the pain with their employees. Like a good one is what just recently happened with Google. All the people globally did a walkout because of how they're arbitrating sexual misconduct or sexual inappropriateness in the workplace. I was so excited to see it. Everything that's happening in Silicon Valley, especially in the tech realm, this arbitration has shifted. You've got Apple doing the same thing. You've got other high tech companies doing the same thing like Facebook. It can move and cause exquisite, beautiful things to happen. So when done right, if you've got pain in your workplace, in the corporate environment, start sending out memos, start communicating, because lack of communication fosters fear, fosters that bad gossip. And if you keep communicating, it's going to work out just fine.
Absolutely. So question, of course, I have to ask, and of course, everybody's going to want to know, who gossips more and how different is their gossip, men or women?
Oh, that's so funny. I haven't heard that question in a while. Ironically, ironically and realistically, men and women gossip about the same amount. I know it's hard to believe. We just gossip about different things. And actually, the word gossip comes from the word God-sib, meaning close to God.
I did not know that.
And that's another reason why I just said, ooh, this is so interesting. And what would happen in like the 9th, 10th, and 11th centuries, the doulas, the women delivering babies, were called godsibs because they would spread the precious news of God was born, and they'd be sharing that a child was born in the community.
Wow.
What happened over time is men started to be called gossips, more like in the 15th, 16th centuries, because the men would go have the important political leadership conversations in taverns, and it's shifted over the years. And women tend to gossip more about family and nurturing conversations. Men tend to gossip more about sports for many reasons, around emotions, around leadership, and around information in the news. So we both gossip about the same amount. We just gossip about different things.
I would have guessed it's women, but I guess we gossip. We're both about the same. Men gossip. I have to tell a few men that they gossip. I think this is good.
Well, it's biological. It's anthropological. We cannot not gossip. It's just like if you're on the freeway and there's a car accident and you're in a big long line, and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish these rubberneckers would quit looking, you know, because that's what's making the line go so long on the freeway. We've all been there. And then when you get up there, it's your turn. You do this. Well, I'm here. I might as well look. We cannot not look. It's just part of our biology. It's part of our acquisitiveness as humans.
We cannot not look, and we cannot not gossip. Would that be fair? We cannot
Absolutely.
Not.
You found out about me through gossip with Dr. Marcus.
I did.
Total gossip. Yeah.
Good gossip.
Yeah.
It was only good. I promise you.
Absolutely. Remember, I come from the theory that bad gossip is only a very, very small percentage. So when someone says gossip to me, I naturally assume good because I know the research, right?
Yeah, I know you know the research because you're an expert in gossip research, which is amazing. Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so let's take it, maybe segue a little bit different. Anger. I have to be honest, because I like to be honest. I heard you talk about anger as a very powerful emotion and how we have to deal with anger. And because gossip can sometimes spur anger. Can you help us understand about anger as an emotion and perhaps dealing with gossip and anger?
Yeah, and you know, that's a beautiful question too, because typically when I deal with anger, I'm dealing it within the realm of forgiveness as a leadership tool.
Yes.
And there's stages to forgiveness. Some experts say there's 3, some say there's 10, some say there's 20. I synthesized it with what made most sense for me, being in the forgiveness realm now for like 6-7 years. And the stages of forgiveness, the way that I see it, are shock, anger, grief, acceptance, and peace. Okay? Out of all 5, shock, anger, grief, acceptance, and peace. Grief is the most difficult for all of us to be with. Who wants to be in a lot of pain, quite frankly? And this is the kind, I'm not talking about suffering. I'm talking about real grief, the grief that transforms you.
Yes.
And sometimes we get into the shock mode and stay paralyzed, and we don't want to address anger, so we skip it and go to grief, because anger is bad. We equate anger with violence.
Yes.
We don't equate saying to your husband, you know what, honey, I am so ticked off right now. I need to take a 20-minute time out. Let's come back and see if we can solve this. Right now, I'm too angry at you. Would you just give me that space for that? Yeah. That is appropriate anger. But here's the thing is, if we don't, as a culture, because we don't face anger, it starts getting buried and buried and buried. And then it starts coming out sideways, like passive-aggressive behavior, or it's self-harming behaviors like overeating, smoking, not taking care of ourselves, being inappropriate with our anger because we never deal with what we're really angry about. And the thing that I've seen the most in this forgiveness realm, and especially forgiveness as a leader, that anger is so imperative. And even if you just say to yourself, boy, I'm so pissed off. And I got some things I'm really pissed off about right now, like genuinely. And just being with that is allowing me to see where I feel betrayed so I can actually grieve the betrayal and make different choices next time. Because the thing is, if you don't deal with your anger, the same issue keeps showing up over and over and over again in different forms.
Yep.
There's a repetitive thing to this. And the most emotionally intelligent people to me are those that can face and be with their anger and even share their anger with me. Most of the time when someone's angry, I don't even really take it that personal. I just say, you go, that's awesome. And that's a mastery of a skill and time, because culturally we just so push away that anger. And if someone gossiped about us, it really isn't even about the gossip. It's about not being known. How could they say that about me? Or, I thought I trusted them. It's really an issue about trust. Really isn't about the gossip. It's more about the manifestation of what's not being dealt with. It's really, I call it hot lava. The hot lava isn't being dealt with.
Could be jealousy, and what I see is you mentioned emotional intelligence. It's the awareness. The awareness. I'm angry.
You're a psychologist. You get this.
I know. I feel.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing, and that's such valuable information for us. It really is. There's something very powerful. I'm going to read it because you said it. Accept an apology never received. I love it. I understand it because I read about it, but I'd love for you to share with the viewers what that means and how we can walk people through that, because it's so powerful.
Oh, it's powerful. It's actually the signature tool that we use at Project Forgive. All our tools are free. It's our signature tool.
Okay.
And where that came from is I'm known as the forgiveness lady. I'm known as pretty darn happy for the most part. And I have this neighbor, and I call him Bob. And I'd come out to get the mail, and I'd see him out of the corner of my eye, and I'd start to twitch because just seeing him annoys me. You have people in your life, you just like, ugh, you just want to get away. We all have people like that. And so he'd say things to me like, good morning, Shawne. And I'd be like, yeah, but Bob, it's 6 p.m. And he'd say, I know, but you look like you just got up. This is what I was dealing with, every other day or whatever with my neighbor. And I couldn't stand him. He drove me crazy. And I said, okay, Dr. Shawne, here you are being the forgiveness lady. You know a lot about gossip, and you're always giving off some kind of signal. I call it, what are you broadcasting? If Bob were to go gossip about me to someone, he would say, boy, that Shawne is an angry woman. Yeah. Because his only experience of me is this angry, nasty woman, right? Yeah. So this tool came from that. Like, okay, what can I do? Because I only have control here, right? Yes. You know this so well. Yes. And so that's where accepting the apology came from, that you'll never receive. So as soon as I see him, here's the tool. I'd start in my mind's eye, start pretending he's apologizing to me. He's not. It's not happening. And he's saying things like, oh, Shawne, I'm so sorry. As soon as I see you, I get a socially awkward. The dumbest things come out of my mouth. I even go to my wife later and say, oh, you can't believe what I said to our neighbor today. And the truth is, I get nervous. I'm uncomfortable. The truth is, I really want you to like me. And if I were to really say the truth, I really want you to love me and adore me. And I say the dumbest things. Will you just forgive me? And of course, my answer is, of course I forgive you. And so when I do that internally for me, it transforms my relationship with him. I actually love this neighbor now. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I do. It changed the complete dynamic. And then to take this tool in other realms, like, so I'm going to say something here that's a little awkward. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, perfect. So a lot of people that have been around me, my sister just recently died. She died in March.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate that. I miss her every day, and it's been quite a journey. And she died of cancer. And at the same time, there's a reason why I'm going to share this with you, okay? At the same time, I have a mother, a father, and a brother-in-law all in advanced stages of cancer right now, okay? Been in this, in my family system for the last couple of years. One of the personal things I've been dealing with is choosing to live.
Choosing
To live. My entire family is dying. Then I go through moments of that forgiveness stage at deity. And Project Forgive is non-religious, non-partisan, and I'm just speaking for myself right now. Like, you know, pissed off at God. For you, it might be Allah, Buddha, energy, whatever. And so I've been doing a lot of practicing of God apologizing to me. Now, it doesn't mean I'm God or any of that, but the kinds of things that I'm saying that he's saying to me, he's saying, oh, my little Shawne, I'm so sorry, Angel. I know this is so hard. I know you don't understand this. I know how much you love your sister. She's out of pain. She's with me. I know this is difficult, and there's reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, and you don't have the bandwidth to understand why I'm doing it this way.
Yeah.
And I know that it hurts, my little angel, and I love you, and I'm here for you. And you can even feel like how this comforts me.
I feel it.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean that God's going to apologize. This is not a religious conversation whatsoever. It's just a way that this beautiful tool is transforming lives. And it really is. And on our Facebook page, we do it all the time live. So if you ever just want to do it with someone, we do it on our page. And when you become masterful at it, it's what you take into the workplace, man, because exquisite leaders have crap happen all the time. And how quickly are you going to forgive them? To find the greatest good and what needs to happen next. And what if even you're at the job and someone gets the promotion that you wanted and you hate their frickin' guts, and now you got to work with them on a team? It takes some exquisite leadership, internal leadership, to move through that so you can be the amazing soul that you are. You know, so this is by far my favorite tool. We have a book coming out on it. We've got lots of stuff coming on it next year, along with our movie. So this is my favorite tool as a leader right now. I love this tool.
And may I have it too? Can I own it too? Can I share it?
You can. My only request when you share it is this is from Dr. Shawne from Project Forgive. That's the
no problem. It's yours because I'm taking it from you for many reasons too. Many reasons too. Everybody's got reasons, you know. If something happens to a dear one, I don't want to go into politics and the shootings lately, which is really so hard to deal with, you know. And parents forgiving someone who murdered their child. And we think, like, how could they even do that, you know? But you have to find it in your heart, because then otherwise your heart is heavy.
Yeah.
And you can't.
The key is to going through all those stages.
Yes.
It's not a linear stage. It's back and forth and blah, blah, blah. We also have a script. I'll be sure to send you the script if you ever want to walk.
Thank you. I love it. I love it.
My pleasure.
You're amazing. I have to tell you, and sharing such personal things, I so much appreciate that. You have a lot of, and I've told several people, humility. I love humility. I do. I like people when they're down to earth and humble rather than blowing their horn. But thank you for sharing that with us. So talking about Project Forgive, I heard that there's another Project Forgiveness. Yours in the States, it's the US, am I right? It's Project Forgive.
Yep, and there's lots of versions of like there's a big one in the UK called Project Forgiveness, and we're Project Forgive in the US. We're very focused on what we're doing. When I look at and Project Forgiveness is exquisite. They're about reconciliation, war. It's really cool, like a lot of external forgiveness. We really focus on the advancing mental health education part.
Got it.
So we meet a niche that other forgiveness projects also meet their own niche, which is cool. So we complement each other. And we're all about advancing mental health education. We're all about be happy, forgive more. That's really our mantra. And we have several areas. We work in, like, for individuals, we have lots of free tools on our website. We focus on 2 specific areas. We focus on kids at risk in the juvenile justice system by impacting probation officers. They're so exquisite. And we also make a huge difference for veterans and their families and the communities in which they live and operate. So everything we do is free. Everything we do is free. We do a lot of training. We provide a lot of support in that way. And we're supported by foundations and corporations and people that donate. That's how we're supported.
And how would people reach Project Forgive?
Yep, you can either get us on our website, projectforgive.org, or
Right.
come hang with us on Facebook, because Facebook, we do a lot of stuff on Facebook.
Okay, so I'm going on. We're going to be friends on Facebook.
Sounds good. And it's our business page. I mean, at this point, we're reaching about 120 million a month.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Amazing. You're doing amazing work. You are doing amazing work. And we
I
need
just feel like I'm kind of like the catalyst and like holding the space in a way.
I know, but you're doing amazing work at this time in our lives. Because the world is a little bit, you'd have to admit, chaotic right now.
It really is. You know, kind of how I like to look at it right now is that we've been in this pain for so long, almost like barnacles on a boat. When you look at, I work a lot in diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
When you look at racial issues, gender issues,
Yeah.
misogyny, politics, immigration issues, all this has been going on for a long time. It's just now being unearthed, and it's a little messy.
It's a very messy.
And I have high hopes for us. I really do, as a planet. I really do.
So not only are you forgive, but you're hopeful.
I am hopeful
for the future. I think we have to be. We're both grandmothers. We have to be hopeful for the future for our grandchildren as well. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Shawne. This was amazing. You've taught me a lot of things, and I so appreciate you.
My absolute joy to be with you.
Thank you. Let me just take